towards the south side of this map. You're kind of there for the long haul, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, Secret Gin though, over to the east side, holding it down. They're going to try and see if they can catch out any teams that want to rotate on the eastern road, which seems to be very, very much hotly contested for a lot of these matches we do have on. Match number 2 already, John.
But we will keep on moving. 1 points for Na'Vi, 20 those tables. Na'Vi rows of this map. They're going to want to look to rotate. The standard rotation that they do here is actually just all the way down to the western side of El Pozo along that. Not on the coastline. Should definitely get that right, Blank. That's mountains, not water.
Good deal, John. You know what's interesting though about this is that Zeus are in El Azahar. Now, a lot of times RRQ stumbled towards Minas del Valle and Chumacera because Zeus trio of teams, they're causing problems with one another. This time RRQ comfortably in El Pozo. Shouldn't have to move too much, especially with the way the circle is currently. From them, just gathering as much information.
Will probably be one of the teams stopping the northern set of rotations coming through down into those Chumacera hills. They'll be looking out to their western side, and quite a lot of teams will probably be focused there, but you're only going to much more can Alpha 7, northern side of the Erin. We didn't of work on that edge, and certainly opening the tournament with a good record could prove to be
a quick look at Alpha 7 here on the correct. If I can find them on the map. Yeah, when they come back on. There's one player here right now, but we have Footballist on our screen. Solke there. This guy really stepped up in terms of performances in IGL. He was like those great calls for the team, and Lutz backing up with that. Those DMRs that he was incorporating into his own playstyle. Yes. Really struggled until the end, but by struggled I don't mean in the bad way. They really kept it going as much as possible. They never gave in, they never gave up. And honestly, it was a case where they were so close to these chicken dinners so many times they just weren't able to fully grasp it. Mafioso, fantastic player from that team, and I'm glad he's been given a chance here for Alpha 7 in the PMGC finals.
A1 and Canina Power very close to each other in Los Leones, but we know it's such a big settlement you can comfortably loot 2 squads there, and they will be just fine. Looks like Airwolf Limax have sent a player down south early. Potato moving out from over in the ruins on the northwestern side to the western side of El Pozo. RRQ as well, just about to leave. And that should be spotted out by Potato if he's got his wits about him. They're all in vehicles, so the rest of Airwolf Limax have a little bit more intel in terms of that rotation. Now they're getting in the party bus.
Yeah, I think if we look back to the league stage as well, Potato RRQ on Sandhog. What a horrific time that was for RRQ themselves, where they had such a good position going forward. It was all flummoxed by one player on Aerowolf. Fortunate there, but they will just get out of dodge nice and quickly. But like I said, that's a bit of information. You can see them leave. Now they know that El Pozo is open. They kind of make a campsite here and look to where they would like to head off to next.
Golden Morado, 4 power, 888 on the northeastern side. They are just in this next circle, but they might want to move a little bit further central. Nova XQF on the eastern side, just out to the west of La Bandita, north of Los Leones. They have the hillside. Cool.
see them here at the party just yet. Probably cause a bit of a fuss. We saw the double twin finish. We've also seen Ryzen with pretty much the 1v4. It was more than that though, with the way that guy was playing in those final circles all by himself, crouched in a bush.
Laying down in the desert harder than it looks, Blank.
Well, yes, as I found out, which I'm sure you guys will also find out soon. There is a ridiculous image of me somewhere in Dubai.
I don't know, don't know if they've used that clip. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If not, I'll request it, and I will share it regardless.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Well, Foreign they've gotten into that Murado, and they will be rotating out in the blue. RRQ, they left El Pozo early. They've made their way down all the way south almost, just a bit north of Valle de Mar, on that southern edge. Vying for the similar sort of position in those hills around.
For a lot of these teams, they must get very aggressive very quickly. And you know, I can tell you a little bit more about what kind of way to. We know it's the winning compound list. You're not going to see teams die until a little bit late. Some good control over this fight coming forward. They know which angles need to look out for, and they can also decide whether this is a fight that they just don't want to take, which is very fair enough.
A lot of bullets being sent to the back of that UAZ, but none into Lovazin. Won't land the shot just yet. Will get away with it for Footballist. They'll move along that road through Monte Nuevo, see what more they can find, what sort of cover they have. Bigatron on the southeastern side. A lot of teams moving in this location. You can see Abrupt Slayers down further to their south. And I think you might even have Nova XQF on the east of those guys as well. So
circle, and by rough I mean that quite literally. The terrain is so difficult to play around. There's a lot of divots here and there, a lot of mountainous terrain that these teams have to actually make their way through. Airwolf Max found a really good compound dot towards the southwest side, right on the ridge itself. We'll be able to get a lot of information going forward. Na'Vi trying to make their way down here as well, but they'll have to contest with them. Another team that I'm worried about for Na'Vi will be 4AM. A lot of times Na'Vi's let 4AM catch up to them whilst they're making this rotation, but this time Na'Vi's a little bit quicker on their feet, able to make it down before 4AM start to take shots at them.
A lot of the central area of the zone being taken up. No one really on this northwestern edge of the road through Monte Nuevo going northeast down to southwest. And 4AM, again, left alone on their own side of the circle. This is a